Yo, Jameis, what's for lunch?
We're taking it back to the old school, starring plant-based. Today we have Chef Donny's popular lentil soup.
I'm a private chef, cook for money, yeah.
Guys, welcome back to What's for Lunch. Today we have a legendary guest, Jameis Winston. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Chef Donny. I'm honored and privileged to be experimenting your cuisine today.
It's gonna be fun. So you suggested lentil soup. I was told you're vegan. How long has that been a thing?
Well, this is the beginning of my off season, so I'm going to do a 10-day vegan fast to reset my body and then get into my regular routine.
All right, well, let's get started. Let's get reset. And it's freezing cold right now in Chicago, so I'm glad you suggested this. When you said that, I was like, yes, we need something hearty to warm us up. So we're doing lentil soup. We're adding a little bit of twist. You said you like spice, so I have some chipotle, some adobo chipotle peppers here. So we're gonna have a nice little smoky undertone in this. But it's gonna start out, basic ingredients, we have our lentils, onion, sweet potato, big superfoods here, some carrots and some kale. Okay. So we're gonna start by dicing an onion. This one's for you, that's your knife here. I'll do one here. So for the dice, we're keeping it simple. See that? That's the root. It's gonna hold it all together. And all we're doing is doing little slices like this. And you're going right up to that root. We'll fix how you hold the knife too. So it's one thumb here, one finger here. You really don't need the handle, it doesn't do much. And it's all, that kind of guides it down, yeah. And then if you want the fingers, you get these here and tuck them in so then you're never getting in risk of cutting any finger. And that's the perfect dice right there. Look at that. He's a pro.
My wife would be so proud of me.
He's a pro. Do you like to cook a lot at home?
I like to use the air fryer, yes.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Probably ramen noodles.
Okay, nice.
My favorite thing to cook really is cabbage and pork chops.
Okay.
I think I'm a big soul food.
Hey, you grew up in Alabama. What is your favorite thing growing up kind of in that comfort food zone? What do you have a favorite
fried pork chops, cabbage, collard greens, candy yams.
Oh, I love candy yams. What about cornbread?
Yeah, I love that hot water cornbread.
Yeah.
Man, you chop them onions up so fast.
a lot of practice. We'll go just olive oil here in the pan.
Can I help you with anything? You need some, like you in the kitchen, chef?
Let's get you involved, yeah.
Right,
yes,
chef.
Right, chef. So here, grab that. How about we'll grab all those onions.
Okay.
We'll throw those right down in here.
Okay.
In that oil. And then we're gonna chop up some garlic. I'll show you how to do that nice. And then you wanna throw a pinch of salt in there?
Yes, chef.
Look at that. We'll go a little more. Salt.
More, yeah.
Salt's always the thing that people under season. They forget when they're cooking at home. People are afraid to use salt. Always, whenever cooking, more salt than you think is like, that's key.
All right, New Orleans know about that, that's that flavor.
And then for garlic, we'll have you come back here, we'll do some more chopping.
Okay.
Garlic, you wanna get really small, but I'll show you an easy way to do that. We're gonna do this, and just whack it down. Or you do the rock chop, you just go boom, 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 we're rocking through. There you go, yeah.
I just cut myself again.
Yeah, it takes cutting yourself a few times before you get the practice down. But the thing with garlic is it doesn't have to be perfect. So say we stop there, take the root out. Okay. Now salt's your best friend for seasoning and for doing this. So the salt, we're gonna put salt right on top of that garlic.
I've never seen that before.
And then the grains of the salt, the texture, that roughness of the salt is gonna help break down that garlic. So we're gonna use the salt in our knife and we're just gonna press and scrape. And that's gonna make just a paste right out of that garlic. It's the easiest way. So you don't have to be good at chopping, you can let the salt kind of do the work for you. Salt in that knife. And you can press down with your hand, you can be firm with it and really get that into a paste. Yeah, look at that, just like that. Now, do you have a favorite pregame meal, pregame ritual that you stick to?
Pregame, typically I just do steak, potatoes. In morning games, I do steak and eggs.
Okay.
Evening games, I do steak, green beans, carrots.
So keeping it with that protein, high protein.
Well, I do potatoes. Put these in there.
Yeah, go ahead. Right in there.
Oh, that smells so good.
See? Oh yeah. Whenever you have onions and garlic, that's a hack for the kitchen. You can put onions and garlic and a little bit of butter on the stove, and people think you're doing something crazy. It smells the whole house up. It's just onions and garlic. That's a nice little trick right there. You want it to smell good.
I've been watching a lot of YouTube shorts on like how to prevent yourself from crying when you cut onions. Like, what is the process?
So honestly, the best way that I've found is like, you notice we're not really crying here yet. That's because we're using a sharp knife and we're doing those slices. So the less that you're crushing, when you get your tears, it's because the cell membranes, they release a gas whenever they break open. So you have the sharpest knife possible and you do as little amount of crushing down on that, the gas doesn't get released and you don't cry.
Okay.
So it's really sharp knife is gonna be your best friend with anything in the kitchen. And then carrots go in there, and then some cumin. So we have, little cumin flavor. So we're kind of going Southwest, little Tex-Mex kind of flavor.
I love it.
If you want to grab those chipotles. Now these are spicy. How about you stick your finger in there and just try that sauce. Let me see what you think of that.
I love it.
Perfect. Okay, that's good. So we'll get these chopped.
I'm a big Sesame Street fan, and you know, Cookie Monster is on there with I forget his name, but they're the Monster Foodies.
Okay. I haven't seen it. It's been a while since I watched it.
Well, I got young kids.
Yeah, right. So now that smell, you smell
my
that
God,
Chipotle
yes.
is coming in here.
Oh my God, you do. That's beautiful.
After you won the Heisman, was there a celebratory meal that you ate?
We went to a nice restaurant in New York, and we had steak. Yeah, like
Nice steak dinner.
I think a nice steak dinner is good to celebrate.
I
anything.
agree. I agree.
Now after the championship game, I had birthday cake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was my birthday.
Oh,
that
nice.
was a great celebratory meal.
That's got to be the best birthday ever.
Unbelievable.
National championship on the birthday?
Yes.
Did you blow the cake out in the locker room, or where'd you have it?
Not in the locker room, but I waited to after. It was 3 of us who were celebrating their birthday. It was me, Josue, Matias, who was my left guard, and Eddie Goldman, who was a defensive tackle. And also we had a young lady. She was the assistant to Jimbo. Her name was Logan.
Okay.
It was her birthday as well. So
That's crazy.
yeah, it was awesome.
And so I put the lentils in, and then this is vegetable stock. So we're keeping it 100% plant-based,
Yes.
and that's gonna cover it up, and it's really that easy. So I have some kale here,
Okay.
and this kale, this has been washed. All we're gonna do is rip up that kale, and that goes right in there. Now this is just a superfood stew, I wanna say, because we have sweet potatoes, we have lentils, which are great for the iron and blood pressure, and same with kale too. You get a tons of antioxidants. It's really a blood flow stew that we're doing right
Yeah,
here.
that's what we're trying
It's
to
gonna
do.
be great.
We're trying to increase that circulation. and
Exactly.
make sure that we're hearty and everything's great.
Get all the inflammation out. This is perfect. And then sweet potatoes go in. I'm gonna cover this with a little bit more stock. So this is gonna just simmer now for 40 minutes, and we'll have our beautiful lentil soup, which we have a finished product right here. So now we'll come to the fun part, the plating.
Okay. You mind if I taste one?
Yeah.
I love. You gotta show me how to make this.
The kale chips, these are my favorite. It's the easiest thing to do. All you do,
These are delicious.
it's good for a snack on its own.
What did you put on these?
Bro, salt, pepper, olive oil. That's it.
How long did you put them in there?
Until they turn like, you want to go just until you think it's burnt. You want to go right to that level. So you want that color on it. And that's a kale chip, yeah. Yeah, it's the best. It's the best snack.
So great.
Salt, pepper, kale. That's it.
You know, I like doing okra.
Okra that way too?
Yeah, okra chips.
We can serve this in one of two ways. If we do it right now, it's more of a hearty vegetable stew. Or we blend it and you get everything together, it's a little more soupy. What kind of style do you like better?
I'm whatever your preference is. I like the hearty just because it adds like a thickness.
You like the thickness. Why don't we do it two ways? I'll show you. We'll serve it up hearty, and then I'll do it.
I've had them both ways.
Okay, so let's do that. So we'll get a little bit of everything in here.
I cannot wait to dive into this. And what do you have in these croutons? Like,
So
is
the
some
croutons,
peppers in it?
no, it's just good bread. They have some olives in that bread, and then just the same
olives.
thing, just toast it up, yeah. So that goes right on top. We'll do a nice garnish, and then here I have some parsley, some herb oil. I'll just finish it off with just a ring of oil on that, and then I like a little fresh parsley too. Just take some of that, sprinkle it on. I'm gonna do just a little cheek of lime, just for a little. Yes, look at that. And then some acidity, just a splash. And Jameis, there you are.
Thank you.
There's your lentil stew
Thank you, Chef,
on a
man.
cold winter's day.
Amazing. You got Chipotle. Nadia, you'll love this.
Is it right?
There's no way.
I like to hear no talking means it's good. If he keeps going back in, that means I've done my job good.
Yes, you have. Delicious.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
So much.
Well, now we'll do a blended version. The thing about this is you do get every single flavor in one bite.
It's like when you see a nice sundae versus a smoothie.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you're still gonna garnish it the way
Still
that.
gonna garnish it. Maybe 2 in there, 1 across. Well, let's have you do the oil. Just go right around the outside, just to see if you can get a green line that goes all the way around. Boom. Look at that. That's what we're looking for.
Thank you, brother.
And that's a beautiful plate job right there again.
Oh my gosh, delicious. It's magically delicious.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching this episode of What's for Lunch. We'll see you next time. Jameis Winston, thanks for coming by.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Donny. I'm gonna eat both of these now. It's great.